So Super Bowl 60 was whatever the opposite of a classic is. The only scoring through the first three quarters was 4 Jason Myers field goals. Every Patriots possession ended in either a punt or a turnover until the fourth quarter, not including the Drake May kneel down possession to end the first half. There was very little excitement and even less drama in the Seahawks' eventual 29-13 victory. Question is, was this the worst Super Bowl ever?
Jonah, I'm 28 years young. I didn't grow up watching football my entire life. The first Super Bowl I remember was the Tyree catch, Giants-Patriots, was the first one I remember.
Okay.
And
That's a
this
good
is
one.
undoubtedly the worst game I watched. I don't think you can go back and look at the Patriots-Rams matchup, but that was like you watched that defense play a Rams team that was dominant all year offensively, and Belichick put together a game plan that we talked about for the entire offseason and years to come following that game, where in this game it was a team that a lot of people didn't think belonged to be there, and they kind of proved it in the game. And then even some moments in the first half as well. If you remember the Sam Darnold scramble play where JSN is kind of peeks out from the secondary and is wide open and he misses him. We had times where May had time in the pocket and didn't make plays. Like, there was just a lot of moments in this game that were extremely underwhelming, and a lot of it comes back to New England's performance.
Zach?
Well, there's going to be a lot of people that shout out a lot of the, like, before the year 2000, there was a ton of blowouts in the Super Bowl. All the time, the 49ers and Cowboys were just absolutely stomping teams. But there's a little bit of a difference with this game, and it's something that I said before going into the game. It was like the least hyped up Super Bowl I've ever seen because there just wasn't a lot of big star power in the game. You kind of need, like, people don't want to admit this, but they miss having the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, or they miss having the Tom Brady Patriots in the Super Bowl because at least there was somebody there to be against. You can't even really build up the hate for this New England Patriots team. You certainly don't have any hate towards the Seattle Seahawks team. So there's no juice going into it. And then the game was an absolute dud. We might have had the best take of the whole playoffs when we said, was Seahawks Rams the real Super Bowl?
Yeah.
That was the real Super Bowl. This was just it was an exhibition, it felt like.
And then you combine it with, Mike Vrabel getting to the second half. Hey, you haven't moved the ball all game. It's 4th and 1 from your own 40, and he's just, get the punt team out there. Get them out there. You're punting away
Big
again.
day for punters. Big day for punters.
I just wish that he had leader of men. Players love him. Tactical in-game decision-making. He doesn't really have a lot of balls, which is weird for a guy that was willing to cut his what off.
Yeah.
But I mean, I enjoyed myself. I just like you guys. I'm trying to cover the game, and you guys are all blowing up our group chat, being like, "This game's the worst. This game sucks." I'm like, I don't know. Like, I get it from one end. Like, everyone likes scoring, and I do see what you're saying about the Patriots. It does seem like they were significantly outmatched, but like we knew that going in. But to me, a lot of the consternation and everyone's problem with this game is there wasn't enough scoring, right? And to that, I kind of I want to throw it to Jonah and be like, if we were in Game 7 of the World Series and we've got two guys throwing complete games, one of them's throwing 100 miles an hour and he's giving up one run and the other one's giving up three, while the other team kind of
I love me a pitcher's duel,
ball,
but I don't know if that's the right analogy because it's not just the lack of scoring, it was just the lack of outright offensive execution. Because even the Seahawks offense wasn't grooving. Like, there was just nothing exciting going down.
But to me, I understand that viewpoint, but to me, a lot of what I know everyone wants to pile on the Patriots, but the Seahawks not executing on offense was a matter of the Patriots coming out and blitzing them at 70% for most of the game. The rate kind of ticked down toward the end of the game there, but they were playing really well on defense too. This to me was just a defensive battle, and the Seahawks obviously got the better end of it in the end, and they were the significantly better team. But I don't know. I appreciate those defensive battles, and I of course I would have liked a closer game. But I didn't come out of that being that was a complete waste of my time.
The thing is, you want to leave a Super Bowl having something to be like, oh, that was remember that Super Bowl in San Francisco? Remember there was that play? What's the play of this game? There's no single thing that you're ever going to remember from this game.
The back-to-back
Bad
Kenneth
Bunny.
Walker runs are probably the 2 moments of the game.
Yeah.
Right? Those are the things I remember the most. But I also do think that I can respect the defensive appreciation, but I also look at it and there were times where this reminded me so much of the Patriots' first game against the Chargers, where there were times where the New England pass rush really got after them, but there were also times where they didn't, and it felt like get the ball out, Justin. And now it was the same for Drake May, because
Yeah.
there were so many times in this game where there were opportunities to make plays that he missed. Like you're seeing it from the broadcast angle that he's missing these, or times where he's hanging onto the ball for 3.5, 4 seconds and just not seeing the field well. Like, a lot of people talked about Sam Darnold potentially seeing ghosts in this game, and it felt like Drake May was too.
Drake May was bad.
Yeah, he was. And
Yeah.
my question is, did his performance in the Super Bowl kind of reframe how we feel about his season overall?
No, absolutely not.
I think it did reframe it in the sense of, for me, like, I feel like the whole season we were just talking about how the AFC was just not a very strong conference this year. Yeah. And I kind of had the feeling like, okay, if the Patriots can go through all of these, win all of these games and then win the Super Bowl, then it's like it really redeems them. But it's like, I know it's like a very clickbaity online thing to be like, oh, the Patriots played all these like soft teams, but it's like Justin Herbert and that really porous offensive line, CJ Stroud having a terrible game, playing the backup quarterback against the Broncos. Like, I just don't feel that good about the Patriots coming out of this game. And it's very easy to see at that point in the game where you're like, wow, they have no receivers. Will Campbell put 2 back-to-back games together that it's like burn the tape, bury it in the electrical substation in San Francisco, never see it again, never draft a lineman with short arms ever in the draft. It's like they need to make some serious changes to be a good football team.
I'm genuinely not afraid to say this because, again, you mentioned like clickbait type of things you could say about the Patriots. I think this is like got to be the worst team that's played for a Super Bowl. I mean, by the 14-3 finish to the season and getting there, like, you're going to argue that it's not. But the way in which this offense made a Super Bowl in terms of the run in the postseason and then the matchup of opponents they had during the regular season, like, I don't think there's teams from an overall roster standpoint that were worse. Like, there's been some miracle runs like Giants teams we've seen, but I honestly think this Patriots team was super flawed. And ultimately, we're going to find out next year if that's the case or not, but that's currently how I feel at the moment.
Wilk?
I mean, I think they were flawed too, but that was the whole point. Like, going into the season, I don't think anyone saw them as a Super Bowl team. Like, the fact that they got here is incredible. Like, this team was supposed to be in the first year of a full-scale rebuild. Like, look at where the Titans are right now. That was the Patriots last year. It's the exact same situation. So, to me, the fact that they got here has been an incredible story. And going back to Jonah's first point or first question, it doesn't make me rethink Drake May at all. Like, I think the only people rethinking what we all thought about Drake May this season are the ones that maybe just didn't watch him all year, and then their first real exposure is when they're at a Super Bowl party being like, this guy's actually not very good. No, he is. Like, he was a deserved runner-up for MVP, and I actually think that vote was exactly as close as it should have been. Yeah. So, to me, it takes nothing away from the season that he had. This is just... The Seahawks are incredible, man. Like, this happens. Like, they got beat by a better team. But I think that another offseason to build out this roster, again, this was only the first offseason under Mike Vrabel. I think that they could keep ascending. But to your point, I think, Zach, like, you only have so many shots at this, right? Like, I think it was Dan Campbell who said it a couple of years ago when the Lions went out in that NFC title game. He was like, this may have been our only shot. And everyone was like, that seems like a weird thing to say. You just got here, but it requires a lot of luck to get to this point. I'm not quite willing to say like it was all luck for the Patriots. I do think they earned their spot here, but it's always going to be hard to get back. So we'll see.
That's what it's like. I think kind of for a lot of people that have Patriots PTSD.
Me.
Exactly. It was kind of the fear of like, here we go again with the Patriots. And the only reframing that I see at the end of this, I still agree, Drake May is a really good quarterback, but they're just another team. They're not the Patriots of old. It's not a lock that they're going to make it to 5 more Super Bowls. They're just another team. They could win a Super Bowl, but they could just as likely never see this game again.
It sounds like the Titans are going to be representing the AFC in Super Bowl 61 anyways.
We'll find out.
It won't be the
Robert
Patriots
Saleh
next year either.